Welcome back once again. Promotion candidate. This is another beautiful night to discuss and deal with some of the questions areas that will help us pass our promotion aptitude test. And give me a minute. Yes. Thank you for your patience and the few arrangement that I made 16 people live. Let me get you from the comment section. If you can hear my voice, type in the comment section. Let me get you from the comment section if you can hear my voice. If the sound is clear. If the sound is clear, let me get you from the comment section. You're most welcome tonight. Rejoice. Welcome. Mante, you're most welcome. Techi, Abubakari, right? You're most welcome. 20 people are live now. Yes, let me get you from your end. If you can hear me, 25 people, just less than 3 minutes. Let me get you from the comment section and give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me use this greatest opportunity to thank those who have encouraging us, telling us to do more, or indicated to us that we should tighten our belts or increase the speed. We are most grateful for your wonderful support and well wishes. Oku, you're most welcome. Oku, is this your first time of coming? You're most welcome. Then Natalia, you're most welcome. 33 people. Give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. Give this video a thumbs up. It's very important. Oh, Natalia. Okay. Oku, this is your first time, right? Okay, Stella. Good evening to everyone for tonight tutorial. Tonight I've upgraded the system a bit, so the video quality is very high. Tonight we want to reach 200 people. Want to reach 200 people coming live on tonight's tutorial. The term was very stressful, and well, let's take it like that. Benis Ajay, you're most welcome. Everybody, you're welcome to tonight's tutorial. Let's dive into tonight. Now that the index numbers have come, let me give you this simple advice when you're answering the questions. When you read a question and the question is bothering your mind, use your pen or your pencil to tick. Please always use pen to circle. Use pen, don't use pencil. Anything can happen. Use a pen to circle your correct answer. Use a pen. Use a pen to circle your correct answer. Don't use pencil. because if there will be an argument on your paper, the pencil can be erased. The pencil can be erased. But if it is a pen, the pen cannot be erased. So make sure that you use pen to circle your answers. If the answer is A, you circle answer A with a pen. It's very important. Do not use pencil. Then when you use the pen and you make a mistake, cancel it neatly. Cancel it neatly. It's very important. I said use pen, don't use pencil. Do not use pencil. Use pen to answer your questions in the promotion aptitude test. Do not use pencil. I say it again. Then those who are going to write, Aren, good evening. You're most welcome. Then those who are going to write assistant director, director 2, please get a calculator and send it. Get a calculator and send it. You will not be allowed to use your phone to do any calculation. Get a calculator and send it, because you may meet a mathematics question. 2021, a mathematics question came in. 2023, same thing. 2023, those who are going to write assistant director, director 2, you may meet mathematics question. So send your calculator. If you send it and you don't get any mathematics question, you bring it back. But if you don't send it and you get there and there's a mathematics question, please, you will find it difficult to do that mathematics question. So send your calculator. That is an advice. Then I said, when you're answering a question and the question that you are reading is taking you more time, use your pen to take that question and move to the subsequent ones. The subsequent ones may give you a clue to answer the questions that you have ticked. So when you are reading the question and the question is consuming your question, I said take it, use your pen to take that question. When you finish the other questions and come back, you may be able to, if you have enough time, you dwell with that question and use the rest of the time to answer the questions that you were not able to do. I said, when the question is bordering, consuming your time, use pen to take that question. Don't leave it. Other than that, when you're coming back, it will be very difficult for you to trace the question. So use a pen to take the question that is bothering your mind. Then when you're able to answer the rest, you come back and do justice to that that question or those questions. Let's dive into tonight questions areas that we may come across, and it's very important. So while we're going, we give you a lot of tips that will help you pass your promotion exams. Patient, you're most welcome. You're most welcome. Now let's dive into tonight's question. While we are doing it, we'll give you some simple tips that will help you. Now, capitation grant can be used for the following. This is the question, the last question. We looked at it yesterday. So we leave that question. Those who were not here yesterday, capitation grant is used for enrollment drive, to organize in-service training or PLC, to support the needy, to to make minor repairs, and the rest, buy stationaries. That's what the capitation grant is meant for. It is not meant for building a KG class. It's not meant for building a urinal. Please, no. That is not what it is meant for. So have it in mind when you go and you come across it, you're able to do justice to the question. Those who are joining us today, like the video. If this is your first time, don't forget to click on the subscribe button and subscribe. It's very important. Now, the pre-tertiary professional teacher development and management brought about. So the pre-tertiary professional teacher development brought about the licensing of teachers. So this one is in the hands of NTC. So the sorry, the professional development brought about the licensing and the ethical standard of the teachers. So you need to have it in mind. So the pre-tertiary professional development management brought about the licensing of teachers. The licensing of teachers. So have it in mind when you meet it. You're able to do justice to this question. Now, we also have leadership for learning. This question is mostly asked, come in the deputy director's question. Leadership for learning. Leadership for learning is having five principles. Five principles that you need to know. And it says that leadership for learning principle encompasses the following, except it is talking about focus on learning, that is principle number one. Principle number two, it focus on learning dialogue. It also deal with shared accountability. Then it also deals with learning environment. So leadership for learning has these principles, that is focus on learning, not focus on teaching, focus on learning. Then it also has a principle of learning environment. It deals with learning environment. Then it's also look at learning dialogue. Give me a minute. So leadership for learning, it has five principles that it deals with. That is focus on learning, that is one. Then learning environment, that is two. Then learning dialogue, that is three. Then we have shared accountability. Then we have learning leadership. I'm suffering from cold, so that is why I'm coughing. And the moment I start talking, I'll be coughing. Sorry for that. Then the following are characteristics of a transformational leadership. Those who are going to write AD1 and deputy director, you meet questions concerning leadership, style of leadership, right? You are going to be meeting these questions on leadership styles, transactional leadership style. We have the transformational dictatorship or authoritative, democratic, and the rest. You are going to be meeting these kind of questions. So have it in mind. Have it in mind. If you go, you're able to do justice to these questions. So when we say a transformational leadership, what are some of the characteristics? I've talked about this leadership style on this platform, and I've discussed extensively about leadership styles. Sorry, I'm suffering from cold, so sorry. So some of the characteristics of the features of transactional leadership is that they convey a clear vision, or they have a clear vision to mind the affairs of the kind of the school that they handle, or the institution in which they handle. They have a clear vision. They always put their vision to their staff or to their subordinates. and make it very clear. Oh. Sorry. Today it is disturbing, but we'll try our best. I'm suffering from cold. Now let's look at this question. So I was talking about transformational leadership style, and there are characteristics or things that you know that this is a transformational leader. They have a clear vision for their subordinates or their workers. Then two, they are self-motivated. They motivate themselves to help the others or to help their subordinates. If they are fully motivated, they encourage their subordinates to, they also motivate their subordinates to help them achieve their organizational goal. So they are self-motivated and also motivate others. That is transformational leaders. They have clear vision, they are self-motivated, and they also motivate others. That is what you need to know. Then they also inspired the learners and the stakeholders to help them achieve whatever they are doing. So that is what transformational leaders do. What they don't do is that they don't give orders to teachers or expect compliance of whatever they want to achieve. So have it in mind. Let me come. Sorry for the breaks. Sorry for the breaks. For our own good. That is why I'm doing that. So um, transformational leaders, they don't give orders. They don't do um, things by giving more orders. Do this, do that. No, their purpose is to inspire or to motivate others. Sorry, tonight there is full of breaks, but I'll try. Now, head teachers practicing a distributive leaderships exhibit this kind of quality. Distributive. Distributive can also be relate to um, can also relate to democratic. Can also be related to democratic. Distributive leader. He distributes responsibility to his subordinates or his staff for them to perform the functions that he or she wants. So One of the things that they do is that they appreciate mistakes. Once you have given a responsibility to a subordinate to do, that subordinate will surely make mistakes, and they appreciate the mistakes and help their subordinate to improve upon their mistake that they have made. One thing that they also do is that share success. They share success with their subordinate, so they don't take absolute control of or they don't take absolute responsibility for the success that they chalked in the leadership. We wish you a speedy recovery. Thank you, Wakari. I was sick for some days, but I'm still using it. It's today that it is actually showing up. But now, what a distributive leader also do, that they reward initiative. If a subordinate is able to create something new, then that subordinate is rewarded. So these are some of the things that distributive leadership style or distributive leaders, they are almost the same as the democratic leaders. So they share success, they share ideas together, they do everything together as leaders, and they also behave like transformational leadership. So have it in mind when you meet this question. You're able to do justice um, to this. Now, the only legal author authorization for teaching in Ghana is what? The only legal authorization for teaching in Ghana is your it is not your appointment letter, it is not your certificate, and more to the point, it is not your payslip, but something that backs your teaching is your license. So your license is the only legal authoritarian or authorization document that gives you the power or that gives you the chance to teach. So your legal document, the legal document that gives you the opportunity to teach, is your license. So if your license is revoked today, you have no authoritative document to help you teach in Ghana Education Service. No. So your legal authorization for teaching in Ghana is your license. Your license. So have it in mind when you meet it. Now, some days ago, we were talking about the the some of the portfolios in Ghana Education Service, right from the headquarters down to the deputies. We mentioned some of the we mentioned the Director General who is in charge, the name of the person, then also look at the deputies. You need to know all this before you go and write your promoting aptitude test. Who knows that they may ask you who is in charge of deputy the deputy director in charge of management service or quality and access. We have looked at these things. The new persons who are coming today, we need to look at it. Then the TVET, who is the director general of TVET service. Who is the director general of the TVET service? The director general for TVET service is called Dr. Eric Kofi. Dr. Eric Kofi. So Dr. Eric Kofi is the TVET service, Ghana TVET service, the one who is in charge. It's called Dr. Eric Kofi. Write it down. The TVET service, the one who is in charge, who is the Director General, is Dr. Eric Kofi Azor. So have it in mind. Now, the Deputy Director General in charge of quality and access, quality of teaching and access to education. So we have 2 deputies that help the Director General to run the affairs of Ghana Education Service. So the person is Dr. Munawura Isaac, that is in charge of access and quality, or quality and access. So Deputy Director in charge of access and quality, or quality and access, is Dr. Munawura. I don't know where he's come from, but is it Munawaru or Munawura? Isaac is a Muslim. He's a Muslim. Now, the Director General of Ghana Education Service, that one you know, most of you know, Professor Ernest Kofi Davis. Professor Ernest Kofi Davis is the new Director General for the next 4 years. If nothing happened and he's not changed, the next 4 years, he is going to handle Ghana Education Service. He is the Chief Executive of Ghana Education Service. So he is the CEO of Ghana Education Service. Happy, you're most welcome. Is it done? Let me leave the names there. Now, all the following institutions are responsible for mediating labor issues for educational institutions, except there are institutions that when there is disagreement between the government and the employee, there are institutions that serve as mediators, that serve as a link between the employer and the employee. And any issues that come, they are the one that sit in and solve the problem. So institutions like the teacher unions is one of the institutions that step in case there is issues between the employee and the employer. They also step in. They also have the National Labour Commission. National Labour Commission, that's the main body that solves problems between the employer and the employees. But in situation where the government and the employees are having issues, the unions can also come in collaboration with the the National Labour Commission. The National Labour Commission is the main body that settles dispute between the employer and the employees. So the one that settles dispute between the employer. So now GES is the employer. GES that employs teachers. So if there is a problem between GES and the teachers in Ghana, it is the National Labour Commission that comes in with the help of the union leaders or the teacher unions to solve the problems that are between the employer and the employees. Then Fair Wages and Salary Commission is also one of the bodies that when there are challenges concerning employee salaries and the rest, they also come in collaboration with National Labour Commission and the teacher unions to solve problems that happen or that is between the employer and the employees. So Get Fund is not part. Get Fund does not come in here. Get Fund is a body on its own. So have it in mind. Now the position of the frontline deputy directors or assistant directors was established to assist the director, the district director, or the municipal director. Include the heads of the following, except so the frontline deputy directors, you can mention them in the comment section. You can write some of the front. We have 4 frontline deputy directors or assistant directors at the district office or the municipal education directorate. And the policy that brought about these 4 frontline workers are the FQ. The FQ. The FQ is the policy that brought about these 4 frontline deputy directors. That is objective number 3. Objective number 3 of the FQ. I've talked about the FQ on this platform. So go and search that tutorial and learn about the FQ, how these 4 frontline deputy directors or assistant directors were established under the FQ in 1995. So one of them is administration and finance, F and A, or A and F, or F and A, finance and administration. That is one of the front line deputy directors or assistant directors at the education directorate. We also have planning, statistics and planning. Then we also have supervision and monitoring and supervision. Then we also have human resource, the HR. That is another front line deputy directors or assistant directors as our education directorate. Supervision, finance and administration, HR, and the last one is statistics and planning. So statistics and planning, that's where we have this MS in line with them. So the statistics. So when we're sending things to the directory, oh, the statistics or the now it is not, it's now called GIMIS. Yes, GIMIS is under them. So have it in mind before. So the accountant is not part of, the accountant is part of, the accountant is different. The accountant is different. It's not part, it's not one of the frontline deputy directors. So have it in mind. Now, the contract document issued to teachers on their appointment into Ghana Education Service contain the following, except, so in your appointment letter, there are these key things that are in your appointment letter that you have never looked, you have never read, you have never taken your time to read your appointment letter to see these key things in it. One of the things in your appointment letter is the scheme of service. The scheme of service is in your appointment letter, the document that guarantees you, that gives you the appointment into GS. That your appointment letter, it contains the scheme of service. What is a scheme of service? The runs that you go through as a worker in GS, or the progression that you make in GS from superintendent 2 to superintendent 1 to senior sub 2 to senior sub 1 to principal, then principal to AD2, then AD2 to AD1, then AD1 to DD, then DD to D2, that is director 2, then from director 2 to director 1. Those are through interviews and exams writing. But when we talk about the deputy director general and the director general, that one is purely political, and it is the appointment is done by the president in collaboration with the GS Council. These two portfolios or these two ranks, the deputy director general, either access or management, quality and access and management. These are political appointment, and the director general is also political appointment. But those that you can go through as a a worker of GS or as a teacher, you can go through these runs. The ones that these are scheme of service. Scheme of service is in your letter or your letter of appointment. Then we also have the condition of service, the benefit that you enjoy as a worker of GS, that the condition of service. So this professional allowance, this digital allowance, these leaves, these salaries that you enjoy, these are condition of service that you go through. So have it in mind. Then under this appointment letter, it also contains the code of conduct, the code of conduct, the do's and the don'ts of Ghana Education Services in the it's in the letter that you have never taken your time to read about. So when they ask you question, you are fumbling. So you need to note these things down. Things that are fine that you can find that can be found from the the appointment letter is your scheme of service, condition of service, and the code of conduct. These are the things that are in your appointment letter. So you need to be very careful with them. So have it in mind. Then let's look at this question. Let's look at this question that you may also come across. And if you are not careful, you may struggle to answer. This question, they keep on reframing the question, rebranding the question. But when you see something that is odd, you just know that this thing is not bad. It says that which of the following statement is not correct about examination malpractices? It is not true or is not correct about examination malpractices. One of the things of examination malpractice, now we are talking about the negatives of examination malpractices. One of the things that it brings about is that it can lead to cancellation of the entire results of the school. And the senior high school, it has been happening. The junior high school, it has been happening. Some schools' results are being held. So they hold some of the schools' results. This is at the expense of the examination malpractices. So examination malpractices can lead to cancellation of the entire school results or some of the students' results. These are the negatives. Then it can also lead to impersonation when caught. When you are caught, you may be prosecuted by the law court. Recently, some of the teachers were prosecuted. Some of them were jailed because of examination malpractices. So as a teacher, please, those that you are trying to defend, when they get positions, these children that we are trying to die for them, we are trying to do everything, it is good for us to die for them. But when you get a problem, none of their parents will come and solve your problem parents for you. Don't involve in any examination malpractices. You are teaching them. If they are ready to learn and pass, teach them. Commit yourself to the work. Do whatever you can do to help them in the classroom. When it's exam time, leave and give them their own destiny to deal with. Leave their own destiny for them to deal with. Because it is your work to do in the classroom. Your work to do in the classroom is to teach them, guide them through the course outline or the curriculum. That's your work. When you're doing and they are not ready to learn, still do your best. But when it gets to exams time, leave their destiny into their own hands. When you get a problem, none of their parents or none of their family members will come and rescue you. So have it in mind. So you may be prosecuted in the law court when examination malpractices happen. So have it in mind. Then candidate court may also be banned from writing any public exam. These are the negatives, or these are the consequences of examination malpractices. So examination malpractices, the accept answer is that smart candidates who succeed in examination malpractices get good grades. This is the odd in the examination malpractices. So have it in mind. So when this question is reframed, check and see which of them are not the consequences of examination malpractices. The one that is not the consequences is the answer. So have it in mind. When you beat it, you are able to do justice to the question. Now let's look at this question. Members of the SMC served a term of how many years? Members of the SMC, members of the school management committee, how many years do they serve? Leave the answer in the comment section. I know this one, most of you know the answer, so leave the answer in the comment section for us. Leave the answer in the comment section for us. Leave the answer in the comment section. There are messages that are coming that I need to put them. So someone is saying mousy 3 years. Yes, 3 years. But the GS Council is 4 years. GS Council, the members who served on the board is 4 years for GS Council, but the SMC is 3 years. SMC is 3 years. So have it in mind. So a member serves 3 years on the SMC committee. The SMC, it is 3 years, not 4 years. The GS Council, that is 4 years. The GS Council is 4 years, but the SMC is 3 years. So a member of the SMC, a member of the school management committee, serves a term of 3 years with another year for serving. So he can serve for 2 terms, the first 3 years and another 3 years. So have it in mind. Sorry. Now, let's look at this question. The following members of the SMC membership are automatic, except are automatic. They are automatic members. They don't go through election. They are automatic members. One of them is the district assembly representative. So in every school, you need a district assembly representative. And if you need a district assembly representative, the assemblyman comes in to represent the assembly. The assemblyman comes in, your assemblyman or assemblywoman represent the assembly in the SMC of the school. Then the representative of the district education director, the district education director. So this one could be the CS representing. Then the head is an automatic member of it. Then the teaching staff is also a member of it. So have it in mind. So PTA is not automatic. PTA is not automatic. So have it in mind. When you meet it, you're able to do justice to this question. Now, let's look at this question too. The following portfolios constitute the elected class of SMC member, except constitute elected. So the representative of the traditional leaders, the representative of educational unit. Then we also have PTA representative. These are elected members. They are elected. They are elected into the SMC, But the district director of education representative, that the CS, he is not elected. So have it in mind when you meet this question, do justice to them. Now let's look at this question. There are a lot of questions, a lot of them. Now, as a lead consultant for the development and the design of a suitable curriculum for an institution, you need to be guided by the following factors. So in designing a school curriculum or designing a curriculum for the school, you need to consider these factors. One is the political factors. Is that curriculum that is being designed, is it having a political backing? So you need to look at the political aspect of it. Then you need to be guided by the environment in which the curriculum is developed. Then the social issues. So the one that is not considered in curriculum development guideline is the textbooks. Textbooks are not considered. These textbooks are something else that is not considered in the promotion. I'm saying promotion in curriculum designing. So have it in mind when you meet it. You do justice to. Tonight there. It is also very important for me to help. I'm not well, but I'll try my best to help. That is why I've dedicated myself to do. Now, a document that spells out a detailed instructions about a subject and lessons to be taught in a term is known as what? Look at this question. A document that spells out details instructions about the subjects and lessons to be taught in a term is known as what? Is it curriculum, syllabus, instructions, or learning? Put your answer in the comment section. This one, it is very practical. It's a practical question. Most of the questions are practical questions. So always check this. Most of them are practical questions. And when you understand the things in GS, sorry for my cough, because I'm talking today, I may end at an R because the cough is disturbing me. So the answer is the syllabus. The syllabus contains the subject, and is the one that you use to prepare the lessons. This time it is called the curriculum. The curriculum. So have it in mind. All the activities, materials, methods that are used to achieve the outcomes of educational process is called what? It is called instruction. So the teaching is known as instruction. So in teaching, use activities. More to the point, use materials. At the same time, you also use methods and also use strategies to achieve the outcome of educational process. So you need this. You need activities that the children will perform. You need materials that will help them understand the concept. You need methods. You need to vary your methods to help your learners to understand your concept. So all these combined are called instructions. Anderson David, I wish you a speed recovery. Thank you. You wish me speed recovery because from now up to 28th, is it 28th? Yeah, I'll be ending somewhere 28th or 27th, so that the 2 days that are left, you have ample time to run through whatever we have done. And per what we are doing here, if you follow keenly, there's no question that will come and you will not be able to pass. Yes, there's no question. Now, all activities for which the school timetable allocates, specific periods and teaching time programs of work to be covered during the normal school hours can be described as what type of curriculum? Is it formal curriculum, informal, actual curriculum, or core curriculum? So all activities for which the school timetable allocates specific periods and teaching time programs of work to be covered during normal school hours can be described as formal curriculum. Formal curriculum. Have it in mind. Formal curriculum. Now we have about 100 people live today. Please, everybody, check on your YouTube. Check it. You see the like button. Like it for me. And comment yes. And say thank you. Write thank you in the comment section. Write thank you in the comment section. Everybody, we have about 99 people. Everybody, write thank you in the comment section for me. That is very important. Let me sip small water and come back. Let me sip small water and come back. I'm waiting for the number of people who will write yes. Then I'll continue. Number of people. I want about 100. Thank you in the comment section. Write thank you. Everybody, write something. Write thank you. Write thank you in the comment section. Just type and write thank you in the comment section. When you press the comment section, you see that you open, then you type. Then if you're first time, click on the subscribe button. Click on the subscribe button and subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. If you can hear my voice too, say yes. So let's move on. Let's move on. Which of the following is not part of the characteristics of child-centered education? Child-centered education. Which of them is not part? So when we say child-centered education, everything centered around the child. Everything centered around the child. Now let me give this advice too. So if you are with the children or you are with people, you're moving with your vehicle, you're on the motorbike, whatever, get an earpiece or get an AirPod so that you can connect it and listen, so that without distraction and without someone distracting you. Today I bought another data, 399 Ghana cedis data that I needed, but it was not successful. I tried to get it, but it was not successful. So Check in the comment section. My Momo line is there. If this is your first time of coming, please, somebody has contributed and we have been able to buy data, also contribute for the success. From now up to the 27th or 28th, let's do something. Let's do something. Those who are writing the thank you, I'm most grateful. Most grateful. Continue to write and listen. So let's listen and go. Let's proceed. Let's proceed. If you have not written the thank you, yes, you can also write it later. Or if you have not pressed on the like button, try and press on the like button. It's very important. Now, this question: which of the following is not part of a characteristic of child-centered education? So, child-centered education involves the following. One, learning is done at the pace of the learners. So, in a learner-centered classroom, the learning is done at the pace of the learners. So, in learner-centered classroom or learner-centered activities or learner or activities-based method that is being used. So, learner-centered classroom, the learning is done at the pace of the learners. Is done at the pace of the learners. Then two, the teacher serves as a facilitator. The teacher serves as a facilitator. He is just a guide. He is just facilitating the learning. He is not at the center of the learning. Here, the teacher becomes a facilitator and more or less passive, and the learners are active in the classroom. So, in a learner-centered classroom, learning is done at the pace of the learners. Then the teacher becomes a facilitator, or he is very passive. He's not much involved. He guides the learners. Have it in mind. Then, variety of learning materials are at the disposal of the learners. We have different learning materials that give the learner opportunity to learn. So in a learner-centered classroom, these are some of the things that you need to know. But the teacher does not dictate the pace of the learning. That is the negative of the learner-centered classroom. The teacher does not dictate. The teacher is not much active. The children who are active in the classroom, the children do everything. So the children get involved, the children are active while the teacher is passive, or the teacher is a facilitator, just a guide, guiding them through, and the learners will do everything. The teacher does not dictate in a learner-centered classroom. So methods like expository method or lecture method, these are situations where the teacher is very active and the teacher gives everything to the learners are passive. But in a learner-centered classroom, the teacher does not dictate. So have it in mind. Which of the following does not explain child-centered learning? So in a child-centered learning environment, learners' needs should be determined what should be learned. So in a learner-centered classroom, you look at the needs of the learners first. So have it in mind. The needs of the learners is paramount to what they are supposed to learn. Their learning age is also considered. Their learning age is very much important in the classroom. So in a learner-centered classroom, the needs of the learners determine what should be taught. The needs of the learners. If they are slow learners, you go according to the pace of the learners. You go according to their strengths, and you go according to their weakness. So the needs of the learners in a learner-centered is determined. Then the topics and methods are carefully selected. The learner-centered classroom. The topics that you are going to use you to deliver the lesson to them is you carefully select them. Then children control the learning process. Children control the learning process. What does not happen in a learner-centered learning is that it is not an over sentiment attitude towards the children. You shouldn't bring your emotions, your feelings, your challenges in the classroom to disturb them. So have it in mind. If you have any challenge, you can put in the comment section. If you have any challenge, somebody asks a question. Can I trace it back? He was asking how many let me the person who asked the question about is it how many ranks? You can bring the question back again. Bring the question back again if you were talking about the number of ranks, so that I'll deal with that question. Now, which of the following is not a characteristic of facilitative relationship? Facilitative, when you are facilitating the learners or you are facilitating the learning process, you need to demonstrate these characteristics. You need the learners' trust. Learners need to trust you. The students need to trust you. The people need to trust you. So when you are teaching, you need the trust from the learners. Then you need to be honest in the classroom. You need to be honest. Honesty is one of the key things in the classroom. Then you have to have empathy and sympathy for the learners. Empathy and sympathy for the learners. So in the learning classroom, the characteristics that you need not to exhibit in the classroom is gossiping. Gossiping is not allowed in the classroom. So have it in mind. You see, we're just trying to cover all areas that will help us pass the promotion aptitude test. If the person has I wish you speedy recovery. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. I'm most grateful. So in the learning classroom, you need to have the trust of the learners, be honest and empathy and have sympathy. Show love to the learners. So in a learning classroom, gossip is not allowed. You don't gossip about the people. No, don't do that in a classroom. Now, which of the following is not a principle of a good teaching? It's not a principle of a good teaching. It's not a principle of a good teaching. As the person asked the question again, let me check and see. Someone is saying, what is directive method of teaching? I've done this. I've dealt with this question. When you say a directive method of teaching, it's a lecture method of teaching. That one, the teacher has control over the learning. The teacher gives everything to the learning. It is an expository type of learning. This one, the teacher does everything. The learners are passive in the classroom. They also have the indirect. The indirect is the one that is learner activity based, or learners are active in the classroom. Someone asks the question that, let me get it. As they are provided the answers for you. How many ranks are in GS? There are 12. Those in the comment section, you can write it. You can write it for who is that? Let me get the person. Let me highlight the person. The person comment. That is James, right? Yeah. Let me highlight the comment. How many ranks are in GS? That is it Mousy? Mousy. They are writing the answers for you in the comment section, right? There are 12 ranks. 12 ranks in GS. So and I've mentioned even all of them now, right from SUP 2 to the Director General. There are 12. There are 12 ranks, right? So have it in mind. When you read them, you're able to do justice to these questions, right? Mousy, you are now clear. So if you go to the exams, it is 12 round, 12 ranks, 12 ranks. Mousy, is it Mousy? Mousy, are you the one asking the question? Let me get it from the comment section. So if you're a new person here, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, like the video, and you can also share your thoughts. Anything that you have bothering you, write it in the comment section. So I'll find a day, then I'll just come live. We'll not come and discuss questions. We'll come, and any challenge that you have, anything that you have, you come and post it, then we'll all discuss it. We'll all discuss it. That's what always remind me about this, that anybody that is having a challenge, you can bring it up, then we all share knowledge on it. If you have any challenge, if you have read a particular topic and you don't get the understanding, like assessment, evaluation, contemporary issues on education, all these areas, you have issues, you can bring it up and let's all discuss. It's very important. So if you're able to bring those challenges, that's where we'll clarify things, we'll clarify issues. Then you go and do justice to the papers for me. I'm with the hope that most of you who have joined my platform will pass the promotion exams. Please, yes. Okay. Mousy, there are 12 ranks. 12. Let me give it to her. Let me give these ranks to her. We have SUP 2, Superintendent 2, Superintendent 1, then come to Senior Superintendent 2, Senior Superintendent 1, then you come to the Principal Superintendent. Then from Principal Superintendent, you come to the Assistant Director, Director 2, then you come to Director 1, then you come to Deputy Director, right? Then you come to the Director 2. The Director 2 are the district directors. Director 2 are the district directors. So directive is also known as the teacher-centered, yes, teacher-centered. And indirective is learner-centered. So from deputy director, you go to Director 2. Director 2. That's the district and the municipal directors. Then the regional directors are Director 1. Director 1. Then we have the deputy director generals, access and quality. So that's the 11th one. Then the 12th one is the director general himself, the chief executive, the boss of GS. So 12 ranks. Mousy, you are now clear. Mousy, you are now clear. Let me get you from the comment section. If you are now clear, you are now clear. Mousy, let me get it from the comment section. Now let's continue. I said, which of the following is not a principle of a good teaching? So when you are teaching, there are things that shows that your lesson is going on well. This is a good teaching. What the teacher is doing is good. One of the things that you need to that depict that is a principle of a good teaching is that understand what the learners need to learn. Understand what the learners need to learn. That is one principle, one good principle of teaching. You know the learners, you know the learners' background, the learners' need. That is one good principle of a good teaching. Then two, Understand the learning capabilities of the learner's strengths, the learner's weaknesses. You need to understand it. You need to understand the age and the capabilities of the learners. So it's very important. Then you need to considering the total personality of the learner when preparing your instructional plan or your lesson plan. So you need to consider the personality of the learner. So what will depict that is not a characteristic of a good teaching is take absolute control of the learning process. No, that is not a good principle of teaching. That's not a good principle of teaching. So have it in mind. Now, who was the first to come out with the try and error learning theory? The try and error learning theory. Who brought about the try and error learning theory? Yusuf Adams. Yusuf Adams, this is your first time, eh? Yusuf Adams. Say, you are superb. Wow. Thank you, Mousy. Thank you, Mousy, for the accolades. So who brought about the try and error learning theory? If someone is able to get the answer, I'll give Edward Thorndike. Ha, wow. Who is that? Frank Ntiamwa. Yes, the try and error learning theory was propounded by Thorndike. So have it in mind. And he came out with 3 laws of learning. Number 1 is the law of exercise. Number 2, the law of effects, and the law of readiness. These are the 3 laws that he brought or he propounded in the learning environment. The law of exercise, meaning that the learner must practice several times. The law of exercise, the learner must practice every time. So we say practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. Practice makes a man perfect. The more the child practice, goes through a series of activities, he becomes perfect or she becomes perfect. That's the law of practice. Then the law of readiness. If the child is ready, if the child is at the rightful age, at the learning process, the learner will learn. No matter how methods, strategies that you use, if the child is not ready, forget it. Then the law of effects. The law of effects. If a positive behavior is exhibited and you praise the learner continues to do it, or the learner practices more, the learner does more. But if the learner does something negative and you punish the child, that thing extinguishes. So that's the law of effect. So Thorndike came out with these learning theories. You must try and error. Try and error. So we have try and error learning theory that was propounded by Thorndike. So have it in mind. Thank you, sir. You are thank you for the accolades. Please, if this is your first time of coming here or coming on my platform, we need your support. Contribute something small and let's buy data. And from now, today is now, the day is now, or the hours are reducing. So it's no more 12 days anymore. It's less than 12 days. So let's try and support so that we'll get the data and able to come and serve you. If let me tell you the secret. The secret. We have not finished the lesson, but we have used 2.6 gig of data. We have not finished the lesson, but we have used 2.6 gig data. Now, by the time that we finish this lesson, we might have been using about 3 gig data. So you see why we need your support. So I've done more than 200 videos. Sitting on this platform alone can get you past your promotion aptitude test, because what we discuss here, not just only the questions, but we delve deeper. We go into a deeper discussion of the questions, so I'll help you pass your exams. Momo name, please. My name is Agromekwajo, Agrome. Then add Kwajo. That's the Momo name. AGR, that is Agromekwajo. AGROME. Then add Kwajo to it. So that's, but the assessment is the brand, the YouTube brand name. That's the YouTube brand name, right? So if you look at the YouTube brand, it is Sesame TV, right? Good. But my actual name is what I have mentioned. The number is just down there. So support us and let's. So Thorndike is the one who propounded the try and error error learning theory. So he put an animal in a box and put the food outside and put the paddle in. So the cat will try several times to come out and eat the food, or come out and eat the meat. So the cat will try several times. So trying in the box, the cat will press on the thing that will allow the box to open for the cat to come out. So the cat will try several times in the box, and when it steps on the paddle, then the paddle opened the door for the cat to come out. So while the cat is trying several times, the child is learning, or the cat is learning to know that if I press on this one, because of the several trial that I've done, if I press on this one, it gives me the opportunity to come out and eat the food. That's why we have Thorndike using the try and error. So in the classroom, learners also do try and error to solve questions. So a learner, you give a learner mathematics question. The learner try to solve the question and get it wrong, and try it again and get it wrong. Try it again. So the moment the person keeps on trying, then able to get the answer. That's why aha. We also call aha method. Thorndike. The response. Then the child will aha. So this is how I should do it and get the answer. So have it in mind. You have really helped. You have really helped. There's this in covering. You have really helped help us. God bless you. Thank you for the well wishes. So Thorndike. Now, a teacher who ensures that the classroom experiences he or she provides to his or her pupils are satisfactory and pleasant is applying the law of what? Listen to this is the Thorndike, one of the laws of Thorndike. So a teacher who ensures that the classroom experiences he or she provides to his or her pupils are satisfactory and pleasant is applying the law of what? Give me the answer in the comment section. So the experiences the activities that the teacher is providing to the learners, satisfy the learners, and make the learner environment very conducive, is applying what type of law? Put it in the comment section. I want we have spent 120 minutes. Let's push forward. Those who want us to continue, write yes in the comment section. If you want us to continue, want to continue about 10 minutes, write yes in the comment section. If you want us to end, then you say goodbye to today and I go and sleep because I'm not well. Try. So a teacher who ensures that the classroom experiences he or she provides to his or her pupils are satisfactory and pleasant or good is applying the law of what? Someone is saying try and error. Hey! Try and error. What law is being applied here by the teacher? What law? Please. I mentioned about 3 laws. It says that a teacher who ensures that the classroom experiences he or she provides to his or her learners or pupils are satisfactory and pleasant is applying the law of what? It's applying the law of effects. Oh, and Daniel Lidu, let me clap for you. Let me clap for you. Oh, let me clap for you. Let me clap for you. God bless you. That's the law of effects. So if you are applying something, good. Stella, good. That's the law of effects. If you are introducing something good, something positive, something encouraging to the learners, you are applying the law of effects. So if you also introduce something negative, you are applying the law of effect, or you are taking something negative from the classroom. So let's take a cane. If you cane the learners, you are applying something negative, and that's the law of effect. They will not learn well. So if you take the cane away, that's something negative. So you are applying positive and negative. You are applying positive and taking negative away. That is the law of effect. So go and read it well. The law of effect. So have it in mind. Now, the father of kindergarten education, who developed teaching methods which recognize a play as a child's ways of learning, is called what? This person is a German person. This is a German person. He's called Froebel. F-R-O-E-B-E-L. Called Froebel. Yesterday we looked at examples of Frederick Froebel. Yes, in Tiama, Frederick Froebel. He is the father of the kindergarten. He described kindergarten as a tender age flowers. Tender flowers, beautiful flowers. Just gave that description of the KG. So when you look at the KG learners, they are young, they are beautiful, and they are very attractive. They involve in play a lot. So he just described them as like a tender plant or flowers, a garden of flowers. So in a KG, they are called a garden of flowers, young flowers or young plants, and they are beautiful. When they enter the garden, how does the garden look? The garden looks beautiful. When you enter to the well-designed KG, that place is a whole of garden and it's beautiful, right? So Frederick Froebel is the father of kindergarten education. So have it in mind. Now, effective teaching of New concept, relationship, or principles depend on the teacher's ability to use what? So effective teaching of new concept, relationship, or principles depends on the teacher's ability to do what? Ability to use examples. So if a teacher uses so many examples in the teaching and learning process, that is an effective way of teaching being exhibited by the teacher. Please go and support more support coming. Please support us. So, if I give you the data now, let me check the data that I have used today or this night. I've used 2.73 gig for just one video. Almost 3 gig is gone. So if we are to continue like that till the end of this, you see the data that we consume, and I've done my part. Now, a system of accountability which provides opportunity for the public to hold the school for the teaching and learning process is called what? Now, this is a new term that is introduced in our basic schools or in our public schools for teachers and their head or the school to be accountable. These are a new thing. This is a new thing that is being introduced again. So listen to the question carefully. A system of accountability which provides the opportunity for public to hold the school for the teaching and learning process is known as what? It's known as school report cards. School report cards. So the school report card is where you weekly report whatever is going into this, whatever is going in the school to a, a system, a system dashboard. So especially those who are doing Gallup, every blessed weekend, there's a data that you need to feed on a platform. And that platform gives the accountability of whatever you are doing in the school. So if you are not doing, there are some target that you need to achieve. You need to meet it. So if you report a data and it's not meeting that target, it means that you are not doing your work well. So the mobile school report card, we call it mobile school report card. It is a system that is used to hold the teachers or the school responsible for their actions. Sorry, you're most welcome back. So the mobile school report system, it is a system that is used to hold the schools accountable. So I hope every school is now doing the mobile school reports cards. That's where you every weekend you report the activities that you have done in the school on the mobile school report system or card. So have it in mind. So we now have an electronic system that checks whatever activities are being done in the school. So the mobile school report system is an electronic system that hold the schools accountable. So let me deal with one question, then I'll say goodbye tonight because I'm tired. I'm tired. Let me look at this question. Let me look at this question. The Deputy Director General for Management Service of Ghana Education Service is called what? It's called what? I've given the clue. She's called Professor Miss Smiley Gavuo Dizzy. That is the one in charge of management and service. Management and service is a woman. It's a woman. Then quality and access is a man. Quality and access. Munawura Isaac is in charge of management and service. That is doctor. And the one in charge of the one in charge of quality and access. Quality and access is Dr. Munawura Isaac. Then the one in charge of management service of Ghana Education Service, the second Deputy Director General, Management and Service, is called Professor Mrs. Smiley Gavuo Dizzy. That is the second one before the main boss, Professor Ernest Kofi Davis. So let's end it here and come back tomorrow. Please support us. My support line is there, 0241689 382. That's the support line. So let's close tonight and come back tomorrow, if God willing. If God permit us, we'll come back tomorrow and continue with whatever we are doing. Now that I've picked my pen, I've closed, and we shall come back tomorrow once again. God bless everybody for coming tonight to show your support and learn something. Always write something down. Something that you don't understand, write it down. Bright, thank you for your help. Right, is it your first time of coming? You're most welcome, and support us to also support you. Support us to also support you. Sometimes if I look at the video, the view quantity of the video, and people are not supporting, I say, wow. Till now, from now till tomorrow, we'll have about 2,000 people watching the video, but they will never help. They will never help. Try and help. Awuku, thank you so much for your your well wishes. Thank you so much, and pray for me so that I will recover fully for the subsequent days to have a strength and bring you more. Eunice, is it Eunice? Yeah, Eunice. Thank you too for your wonderful message. Everybody, like the video. Press on the like button and like. If you are a new person too, click on the subscribe button and click. Put the notification bell on. So the moment I start the tutorial, you see the video notification will come on your phone. Try and after subscribing, when you press on the subscribe button, check, you see a notification bell there. Click on that bell and put it on all. The moment I start the live tutorial or I put anything on the YouTube, you see that it will give you a signal. It give you a signal to know that I've come live and you join us. Thank you so much. God bless you. God richly bless you. Thank you so much too for your well wishes. I'm most grateful. That is Grace. Thank you for your well wishes. Now let's end it here and keep your support coming. The support is very important. Now let me check the data that we have used. Now we have used exactly 3 gig of data for just one live tutorial. So if you don't support, it will be something else. Have a good night. We shall meet tomorrow. Shalom.